and welcome. You're on to Aspheric TV and this is the morning newspaper briefing. My name is Double Gifts. On this program, we bring you front pages of Nigerian dailies and we get to discuss some of the headlines with you. I'll start off by reading you the front page of the Punch newspaper. It says here, Queen Elizabeth's death at 96. World leaders pay tributes. Britain mourns. Charles becomes king. Also, Pengassan threatens 30-day shutdown. Nigeria risks 1.37 trillion naira loss. Sack non-performing service chiefs union tells Buhari. PDP pacifies South with BOT chair. Ayu stays. The Guardian newspaper, it says here, the Queen dies, long live the King. PDP Ayu survives as NEC passes confidence vote. Wike defiance. Okay, that was the Guardian newspaper. The This Day newspaper says the Queen is dead, aged 96. Buhari world leaders pay tributes to Queen of all seasons. Long live King Charles III. New monarch says death of Queen moments of greatest sadness for him and family. The Nation newspaper, it says PDP crisis, Ayu not Jibrin should resign, says Wike. PDP NEC passes vote of confidence. Then chairman, I resigned in party's interest, says BOT chair. Wabara replaces Jibrin. Charles is King of England. World leaders mourn Queen Elizabeth II. DSS military items, cash, financial instruments found in Mamu's home office. 2023, no option to victory, Adamu tells APC members. Also, over 30 aspirants undergo screening for Alafin. UBA grows profits to 85.76 billion naira in 6 months. The last paper is the Daily Trust newspaper, and it says here Queen Elizabeth II, 1926 to 2022. Buhari world leaders pay tributes. Life and times of longest serving monarch. Her ties with Nigeria, how King Charles III will be unveiled. Insecurity after clearing operations, FCT schools ready for resumption. PDP crisis, NEC passes vote of confidence on Ayu. DSS recovers military uniforms, huge cash from Mamu's home. Those are the newspaper headlines we have this morning. I'll go on a short break. When I return, my guest will be here and we'll discuss some of these headlines with you. Please stay with us. Welcome back. I have Mr. Nsibi Clifford with me in the studio. Good morning.
How are you doing, Gifts?
I'm fine. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
First off, we'll start with the story that made it to all of the papers and which seems to be the most trending story in the entire world this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the sad passing of the longest serving monarch. Queen Elizabeth II. It's a sad one, actually.
All over the world, it's a great loss, a really great loss. Queen Elizabeth was one of the greatest women that has ever lived.
And she's the longest serving monarch.
Yes.
She died at the age of 96.
96.
And then all of the papers basically carried
a whole lot
that
of
story.
stuff she achieved. And right now, I think Great Britain is in a mourning state. Extended to us, Nigeria, who are subjects or colonies of the Great Britain. So we're joining the world to say, may the Queen rest in peace and long live King Charles.
Yeah, King Charles the Third, which is her son, has taken over. Actually, he has succeeded her, and then his unveiling. I think they'll prepare that, and then eventually he'll
maybe
officially
after the funeral or something, or before the funeral. I don't
know. Next up, we'll talk about insecurity. Recall that due to the insecurity in some parts of the FCT, some government schools had to be shut down, and now they're set to resume. You think, I want to get your thoughts basically, you think it's about time?
Well,
even though we've not had issues of insecurity in the FCT for a while, but then do you think they are well equipped and ready to resume school?
insecurity, like I always say every time I have the opportunity to talk about it, is politically motivated. There are people who are conflict entrepreneurs. So when they tell you that, okay, it is clear, we don't know, probably they've had their detailed findings, they've done their
or probably the aim of the closing has been achieved
defeated
in the
or
first
something.
place.
You know, maybe they've done their investigations and done their raiding, because I think the IG ordered one time that the bushes and the mountains around the FCT should be raided. So if this has been done, the kids have to return to school, which is really the normal thing to do.
Exactly. It wasn't a good thing that they were out of school
we should
for a
be
while.
under threat in the FCT. It's really a sad one.
As they go back, it is my hope that the government provides adequate security.
Not just for the students alone, but for residents of the FCT. I mean, it's embarrassing that the capital of a country is still under threat. That means nowhere else can be safe in the country. That's how I feel about it.
Still on insecurity, yesterday Mamu was in the papers. That is the negotiator of the Abuja-Kaduna train victims and then the bandits. He was basically the negotiator. And then further investigations today have revealed that military uniforms, huge cash, were found in his house and office by the DSS, which I think further implicates him. But what are your thoughts?
How did they get the military uniforms?
Basically,
how did they get the cash?
His house was raided and then it was found there.
I'm talking, how did he get it? How did he get military uniforms? How did he get cash? It still boils down to the same conflict entrepreneurs. You see, there is cash there. They are making money from this process. A lot of billions are going down for this process. That's why insecurity would not stop. I'm sorry to say, because if it stops, people's avenue for making lots of money would also stop. It will only be reduced for a period of time. Maybe they've been talked to, okay, let's just allow peace to reign at this period of time. Let's just negotiate and all that. But then, sometimes you see these guys operate in fully armored cars, military uniforms, sophisticated weapons. How do they get to lay their hands on this? Of course, they have people who sponsor them.
That is an allegation. We don't have the facts.
Well, when I say we have people who sponsor them, let me give you the indices. The minimum amount you could get a rifle is about 1.something million naira. And how do you expect those boys who do not have means to even feed themselves to acquire such arms? I mean, there are people who buy these guns in large numbers and give to them. They are armed. Politicians arm Nigerian youths for their own selfish purposes. We do not know who arms them, but we know there are people responsible for the procurement of those arms. That is the truth.
Well, let's see how this investigation on Mamu turns out.
Well, I hope...
I'm sure more details will be uncovered soon. The PDP crisis has been going on for a while, and it was our hope that yesterday, which was their NEC meeting, was going to bring an end to the whole thing. And details about the meeting came up, and then the Board of Trustees chairman resigned yesterday. Also, the chairman of the party, the NEC passed a vote of confidence on him, and so he stays. But we know that Wike has been a major contender in this crisis. And one of his demands was that the chairman of the party, which is Iyorchia Ayu, should resign. And now we don't see that happening. What do you think will be the fate of PDP and Wike?
We have talked about this countless times on this platform. What did you really expect? I told you it is unconstitutional to ask Ayu to resign. I mean, he hasn't broken any constitutional rule
of the
party. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't misappropriated funds. I mean, he has even won election in recent times. You understand? So he's doing well as a party chairman. Wike is just an individual with some influence of some governors in his region, and not all governors in his region. Yesterday, Obaseki, the governor of Edo State, said if Ayu resigns, he's going to leave the party. Obaseki is also a governor. Odom from Akwa Ibom State is also a governor. He's not in support of Governor Wike. You understand? So, why should Ayu resign? I keep asking the question. Is not...
Basically, Wike says there is a lot of concentration on the north. Top positions are being taken by northerners, such as the party chairman, as we can see, the presidential candidates as well, and other strategic positions in the party. And majorly, I think that is Governor Wike's issue.
Well,
and according to him here, he said there was an agreement, an earlier agreement, that the presidential candidates and then the party chairman cannot come from the same region.
They made the mistake. The party made the mistake. You would have zoned the presidential ticket to the south, since you had the party chairman that was from the north. Automatically.
Well, I'm not saying the south.
Look at what APC did.
No, let me clarify this. I'm not saying the south did not produce a suitable candidate or something, but that also was an election. So zoning, I think they had passed that issue of zoning, because any zone can produce a competent candidate.
That's why I said the zoning is enshrined in the PDP constitution.
Well, they decided to
normally the ticket was supposed to be zoned to the south. That was Wike's agitation from the beginning.
And that did not happen. It was thrown open because Atiku, with his influence, wanted to get the party ticket. So there was no way you could exclude him. If you say the ticket should be zoned to the south, then you automatically exclude Atiku Abubakar. So that did not happen. You made sure that you put in a northern chairman who you felt would be loyal to you, so that the party will consider voting a southerner. Again, it did not work for you. It was his plot that didn't work. And now
you want to replot. You just want to be tossing the party around, and they are not just a baby party that you just... PDP has been there before you.
Well, from the outcome of the meeting yesterday, it seems the PDP has made their final decision and they are ready to move on.
Wike is making noise. Wike has already finalized his plan to work for Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
While still in the PDP.
So everything he's doing now is just to cause distraction and weaken the PDP. That is the strategy. He does not want anything from the PDP.
Well, let's see how this whole thing plays out. I guess this is the end to the whole discussion of the PDP crisis.
Let's see. Maybe there will be new defections now. Let's see who will leave the party now as a result of Wike's influence. Let's see how many people exit the party.
Well, watch closely as events unfold.
Of course.
those are the stories we have this morning. Thanks for joining us. I've had Mr. and CB Clifford with me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Aspheric TV on YouTube, and also follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Instagram and Twitter, we are Aspheric News, and on Facebook, we are official Aspheric News. Thanks for watching. Bye.